Okay. So... this is not great lighting. This is not my favorite weather. It is once again overcast. And, I hate this kind of weather. I also woke up today with, like, a bunch of anxiety. And I guess I was also really hungry. But I was also just anxious. And that's probably because I also, like, told myself I was gonna get a lot of, like, crappy shit done today. Because I knew that the weather was gonna be sucky. Which I always think is gonna be a good day to do stuff because, you know, there's gonna be no drive to, like, do fun things outside, like, and by fun things, I mean I just go on a walk and sit by the water, but that's weird because I do this a lot where I'm like, well, I'll plan doing the boring stuff on the crappy days, but then crappy days make me feel so unmotivated in general that it's hard. I think that's why I also just, like, had anxiety getting up. Like, I just did not want to get up. Because I knew I didn't want to start the day and do all this stuff that I put off till today. And it's, like, my least favorite stuff. It's resume stuff, and last time I tried to do it, I had technology problems, and so I really don't want to do it again. It frustrated me so much last time, and I feel like it's just going to frustrate me again, and I'm going to just spiral into mental breakdowns like last time, and I don't feel like doing that, but I don't know what else to do. It has to be done. And I'm not doing great. I'm not doing great. What sucks too is I don't even have a lot of motivation to do these videos anymore either. I did before, I feel like, and I've lost the motivation to do them. Kind of lost the motivation to do anything, really. Sucks. Sucks. I hate this state that I'm in. I hate it. I might hate it more than anything. But I don't know how true that is. But I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like this tarot thing I was watching. Like, at least when I'm feeling more upset about something, at least I feel something. And right now I feel like nothing. It's been like a lot of nothing. Just feeling nothing. And I like hate that more than anything. Like, I'd rather feel really sad. Even though I do feel really sad. I do feel really sad. But I don't know. I'm very confused. I'm very confused. And I'm still just kind of on the fence of what I'm doing with my life. And it's weird too. I miss working, but I also don't, you know, because it's not like my heart was in it. But, you know, at least I had, you know, friends, and and people to talk to and things. And I don't have that now. And I'm sad about it. I am. I'm just so confused. And I think I need to just start working again so I can, like, get out there in the world and you know, make some money and stuff, I guess. And just feel like a real person with a life and things. But I don't know. I'm also, like, just so sick of the work that I've been in restaurants. I'm pretty sick of it. And it's just getting harder and harder to force myself to do these jobs that my heart's not in. But I'm not in any position to turn it all around, you know. I don't have, like, anything. I really don't know. And there's a part of me that's like, oh, I should have just ran away. I should have gotten out of here. I don't know. I hate this feeling. I hate it so much. This feeling, it's so, like, barren. I'm trying to go a little easy on myself because I have been sick. And the weather's just been kind of shitty, so try and chalk it up to that. But the sucky thing is when it just starts to, like, kind of encompass, like, everything. It just starts to completely take over everything. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like suddenly nothing feels worth it. And I kind of like, well, I could die now. However, I try and keep that little faith alive that it's gonna get better because I've been here many times before where I was like, oh shit, nothing matters, I give up, my life's stupid, life is stupid, everything's stupid, I quit, just let me die. And, you know, I'm glad that I kept going and stuff because, you know, things got better-ish. And, you know, I found cool new things, you know, in my life that I'm glad I got to have, you know, and that wouldn't happen if I just quit all the other times I wanted to quit. So I know sometimes it just means pushing through, but I hate these points. And it's weird because it is often this time, this state that I'm in, that I start to realize that I have felt like this, like, a lot. It almost feels like it's never really gone away. And that's kind of really true, even when things are better. Like, that feeling it'll still be there somewhere. It'll come back. It's always there, and it always comes back. It's just sometimes it lasts longer than others. Like, when I'm doing better, it'll only be like for 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe an hour here, an hour there. And then there are other times where it's just all day for days and days and days. That's how it's been lately. All day for days and days and days. And, I think, I'm also just like, really like doing that thing that's bad that I'll do where I just kind of isolate myself. And that's hard too, because I'll like feel like I need to, but then it really doesn't help. And I read somewhere that you should have social interactions with people at least 30 minutes a day. Or, it's just unhealthy for the human psyche. And I haven't been doing that a whole lot. And I know that talking to people really helps me. So not talking to people has been really hard. But then I also just don't want to talk to people because I feel so yucky. But I am kind of going crazy being stuck in my head. Really, really hard stuff. And, I feel like I must have been talking about being depressed, or maybe phones can really read your mind now. Sometimes it really feels like they can, because I swear, sometimes it shows an ad for something I was just thinking about in my head. But also, depression isn't uncommon these days, all the time. So I got this ad for a depression study. And I just, decided to click on it because it was, paid. And I was like, well, I need money, so maybe if they gave me a lot of money, I'd do it. And they called me back, and they're like, we'll give you $100 a day. Well, $100 a visit. I don't know how many visits they really need. It's probably, one visit here and one visit there, so even then, it wouldn't be really a lot to do anything with. And then I was like, and you said you'd pay for travel, and they're like, yeah, that's the $100 a day thing. And then I looked into it, and it would cost me up at least something like $60 just to get there, in one day, there and back, round trip, $60. So I'd really only be profiting $40. And not even that, because I think I'd have to take the peak morning train, so it would be even less than $40, and it would just be really annoying. And I wasn't wholly really stoked about having to take another drug too, because I've been off medication for a really long time, and I've kind of been proud of that. Well, I don't know if proud is the word. But I haven't wanted to be on medication because I have a you know, one time I took a medication, and, well, I've taken a lot on and off throughout, like, my high school and stuff, and, I mean, there's a lot of stigma and shame around it, but there was also just, like, the side effects I had were really hard. You know, I had a lot of up and down moments, and I had a lot of feelings of not feeling like myself. And I don't know how to describe that, but it's a horrible feeling, too. It's not fun. And so I didn't want to go through that again. Especially being a guinea pig for a new drug, it's just like, who knows what the side effects could be. And then the thing is with medication is like, once you're on it, you have to really wean yourself off of it. Like really, really, really delicately. Because that's another problem I had, was like one time I took it, and I wasn't really well monitored on it either. I was just getting it prescribed at the hospital because my health insurance and blah, blah, blah was blah. And, so I was like, you know what, I'm okay. I'm gonna get off of it. And I just stopped taking it when it ran out. I was like, I don't need to refill it. I'm good. And then, you know, I just dropped off. Which is what happens. Which is why I think it's really sucky that they'll give it to people and then not monitor them on it. Just like, here you go, and expect you to just do the right thing all the time. I mean, yeah, I get it. You know, you should, you know, read the directions more or something. But I don't know, like, those things are always in another language. I don't know. Yeah. And so it's just, pitfall downward, and it was really bad. Really, really, really bad. And so I don't want to go through that again either. Like that, I almost died. I really went to a bad place from that. So I'm not a big fan of medication. And then there's this idea of like, well, I could just stay on it forever, but then you always need it to function. I don't like that either. I don't like feeling like I need to take this thing all the time. And maybe that's the shame too, but I just don't like feeling like so codependent on this thing. Especially when I'm not good at taking something regularly too. It's just like, possibilities of it going like, are just, I don't know, drugs, man. Everything can be a gateway to, I don't know. But, you know, I have a lot of emotions surrounding it. And I just started feeling so at even the concept of getting on something again. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm realizing that it's not even worth the money, because I honestly don't really know if I want to go that route. Anyway, I've done a lot better, I think, not doing it. But it was weird too, because then I sat here thinking, because they're like, are you currently depressed? And then, you know, I was just sitting here after the phone call thinking about my depression and stuff, and then being like, you know, Elsa, maybe a pill really could help. Maybe you've been battling this on your own so much, and it's been really hard, and it's been really exhausting, and it really has been, and I feel like so unmotivated, and you know, this thought was just like, gosh, it would be nice to, like, not have to battle that every day. That would be so nice, you know? You know? It would be so nice to, like, just be a little more motivated, not feel so defeated all the time, and not just defeat myself all the time and just feel so yuck all the time. Like, I feel like it just sucks the life out of me a lot. And then I'm like, maybe I really am letting stigma and shame get to me too much, and pride and ego. And like, and I should really instead just take something and get the help I need. And then it's weird because it's like, only you can know if you really need it or not, or something, you know, like only you can know how depressed you really are, because like, I don't really know how to tell people. I often really don't tell people. I just silently battled it. And so it's hard to know how bad it even is. And then I tell myself it's not that bad. Or I tell myself it's normal. Or I tell myself this is just who I am. And it's all so confusing. And it's like, I know that there are natural, like, things, like going outside, going on walks, eating healthy, getting the proper sleep, mindful meditating, this stuff. There's a bird taking a bath in the puddle right now, and I love watching the birds bath in the puddles. It's so cute. You know, little things like that, and breathing. And that really helps, but it is hard when it's just like, when you're really struggling with it, it's just so hard to even do those healthy things in the first place. Like, that is something I will say about, you know, people that need medication or whatever, and people that just say just do the natural stuff. Like, yes, the natural stuff totally works and will help, but sometimes it's just so bad that it's so hard to even do that. And sometimes it's still not enough, or all the time. Like, I saw a baby bunny, and you got the birds, and there's that moment of like, oh, and then right back. You know, there are little moments of hope, tiny moments, and then back to stagnant blah. It's so draining. It's so draining, it's not even funny. That's why I'm like completely hooked on coffee right now. Well, that's also because I've been trying to get rid of all my other addictions, like drinking and smoking weed and smoking cigarettes, all of it, even though I am fucking vaping right now, unfortunately, but I'm trying to stop that. I'm not super doing it, the vaping, but a tiny bit, because someone gave me their leftover one. And I'm like, alright, let's just use this up till it's gone so we can just throw this out of our life. But, and then yeah, so the coffee has been like that thing that is my coping thing. And, but it doesn't really help a whole lot either. But it does in a way, because I feel so drained. It's a weird face. Been feeling a lot more insecure lately. Because I realize that's the thing too. When you feel shitty, then you just start to look shitty. You just feel like, oh, I look like shit. I feel like it just starts to just take over everything. I swear, I don't know how else to. nice cold day in May. It's like, they were never technically my ex, but basically my ex. It's his birthday today. And I think this was like a month ago or something like that. I was talking to him. And then and it was a really nice conversation, and sorta, until it wasn't, and then it got sour real quick, and it got really, really bad, and it just went to a really bad place, which is kind of where it goes a lot. We just get in these fights that are really bad. They're really bad. And it's kind of like the same fight over and over. So I was like, alright, we have to stop this. I'm going to block you. And he was really sad, and I was really sad. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And then I blocked him. And it was really hard, but it was like, I had to do it. And I feel bad because I wish I could just tell him happy birthday. But I'm afraid of going in that circle again. And I'm worried about them too. And I miss them. And it's just so confusing. And I go on these walks by the water. It's just like, it's like the walk place. And it's called St. Mary's. It's just like a little walking thing along the water. And I'm like, and like right where the sidewalk starts, there's like his name written in the cement. Someone did that. And I always just see it. And I get sad. And you know what makes me mad too? Is like, it would just be so much simpler if I really thought he was the one, even. I mean, no, it wouldn't, because that would make it even harder, but, like, I don't think he's the one for me that I want to be with. You know, because, like, I just don't think he understands me enough. You know, we kind of bump heads. But I love them. I don't know. It's just like sucky when you like really love someone, but you know they're not the one, but you really love them. Oh my god. And I'm like, I don't know, I also feel like it's just sad because he's like homeless right now. He's been homeless since I left. And just sort of like sleeping. He has this mattress in the woods under this tarp in this little camping area. And it's literally like the same place where his really good friend used to camp and live and sleep, and he passed away. And so now he's just there, and that concept just freaks me out all the time. I remember like staying there with him too sometimes, and it was just so insane. It was so just emotionally intense, and knowing that he's still there just kind of breaks my heart. I just feel like everybody I know is like so hurting. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. That's what happens when you drink a lot of coffee. And I just heated up this cup. And, anyways, yeah, it's crazy too, because, like, I will debate just doing that all the time now. It's kind of a new one. You know, I've always debated what I'm doing with my life. And I'm not gonna lie, having to live back at my parents' house is always like at the ultimate bottom. But I've never even like considered homelessness as really an option. And now it is. And it's like above living at my parents' house. Well, now it kind of goes back and forth. Oh, who's going to be at the bottom? I mean, and some days it's even higher up there. Just because, you know, I have a lot of friends over there that, you know, they all just hang out and drink beer, smoke weed, you know, and sleep in their cars and the tents, and they busk. And I don't know, it's kind of cool, this like, especially when you're really sick of the job you've been doing. It's like, well, you know what, maybe I just won't work anymore, and I'll just play music with my friends. And the end. And I don't really need anything else. Because I'm not gonna lie, I used to be, but I don't know, this mix of like extreme poverties and extreme ambitions kind of shaped me into not giving a fuck about stuff, and like moving around a lot. I've moved around a lot and just lost so much stuff along the way, to the point where I just detached myself from things. And I would get so hell-bent on saving money, I was like, I'm not gonna waste my money on a necklace or a shirt or any of that shit. I'm just gonna nitty gritty save my money until I can find a place somewhere here, somewhere there. It was all about like escaping and freedom, and like I gotta get out of here, so I'm not gonna spend a dime on shit. I'm saving it all up like a psycho hoarder so that I can get out. And that's kind of been how my mind state has been in for like a really, 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 really long time. Since like forever. Since as soon as I could start making money in middle schoolish, high school, and was like, I gotta get out of here. It's just been like that. It's just sucky because it definitely makes me really bad at the self-nurturing department. I suck at it. Even my cousin said, he's like, yeah, I suck at baths. I just get restless, I get angsty, I can't. And I feel that. But it sucks because it's like, it's almost like saying you don't know how to calm down. I'm like, that's great that, you just take your showers, but like, is it really good that you've just evaporated baths from your existence of life? Like, my cousin just won't take them. Like, everybody needs a bath sometimes, right? He doesn't feel good doing it, he can't relax. So, like, you should learn how to relax, though, not just give up on it. But I feel that way, too. I do. And I have a hard time relaxing in baths. I have a hard time relaxing in general. And I have a hard time... I mean, at least he can do other things for himself. Whoa. The wind knocked my phone over. I can't even do that. Like, my cousin can, like, just get dressed up just for the sake of getting dressed up and looking nice. And I'm not good at that. I won't do that. I don't fucking care. I'll wear pajamas 5 days in a row. I don't care. I'm not going anywhere. Don't want to go anywhere. Don't care how I look at the end. I won't buy things for myself. I just won't care. And a part of it too is will be like, I'll buy something nice for myself, like a nice dress, and have nowhere fun and nice to really wear it. Or, get a nice necklace and I lose it because I'm not good at keeping track of things either. I'm really good at losing things. So, and that'll hurt too. That'll really hurt me. So then I just stopped because I was like, well, if I don't buy myself something nice, then I can't lose it, and then I can't feel crappy for not losing it. But then you just live this empty life. And it's weird because I'm like, I just want to be stable. I just want to have money and stuff to do these things. But then I'm like, what would I even do if I had all the money and stability that I needed? What would I do? Would I then finally buy necklaces and stuff? Would I suddenly start caring? I don't know if I would. Because when you get in that state of mind, you get so used to it. It's like even when you don't need it anymore necessarily, you can't get out of it. And that's kind of how I feel. Like this intense struggle, survival mode that's just made everything seem superfluous to me. Like amusement parks, superfluous. Cruise ships, forget about it. Even travel, I'm kind of like, eh. What? So I can post some pictures on Instagram? And then it's like, I don't know. Even if I had like a really nice boyfriend, like, would I care about this, like, what would I care about? What would I value, I don't, and I've been in relationships and still felt like that, like, didn't want to do nice things for myself, didn't really care about gifts either, like, all material things just have become to me, and, like, just kind of like everything. And then I say I want to, like, do music, but there's these instruments that sit in this house right now that just sit there that I could try and play, but I just don't. But that's why I thought it'd be good to, like, be around my friends, even though a lot of them are, like, homeless and drink a lot or smoke a lot or whatever. Like, yeah, but at least they all do music, and then I could just be in that environment, and it would help me, as opposed to just trying to do it all myself. And, like, I don't even know how to, like, play. It's just hard. Like, that's a lot of motivation to just pick up with, like, and I just feel like I really need other people to motivate me and, like, bounce off of and stuff, and just but I know I can't just go be homeless, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, having to make these special trips to the public bathroom get really annoying, and 4 or 5 days without a shower can really make me crazy, makes anybody crazy. That's not fun. And I tend, it's almost impossible not to fall into the smoking and drinking lifestyle doing that. And I don't want to fall back down a drinking, smoking hole. But I miss all my friends. And that's why I'm like, well, I gotta get a job so I can talk to people. And that's why I keep saying, well, it's gotta be a restaurant, because then I can talk to people and make friends, like office jobs and, receptionist kind of things. I don't have, like, that experience as much anyway, and I've found it not as good in the socializing department. A lot more boring, a lot less social interaction stuff. So I'm kind of like, And I told myself, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna I'm gonna pop into these restaurants, because it's gonna be really nice out. Which I'm already like, are we really gonna waste a nice day doing that shit? But I just feel like it'll be a good vibes day. Like, maybe the restaurant people will be in a good mood and be more willing to give me a chance, because it's nice out. It puts people in good moods. Although, I don't know if it's gonna put you in as good of a mood if you're stuck at work on a really nice day. But I don't know, I still feel like it just makes vibes better. But this resume thing is really making me hit a wall, because I just really don't want to have to go in that library again and beg them to let me use a computer. And it sucks too, because it's like, okay, we'll give you an hour. Or no, they give me 30 minutes. And then I just have to try and quick whip up this whole new resume on there in 30 minutes. And I just want to be able to do it in my own time with a computer, and there is a computer here, but I can't figure out, and then the printer doesn't have ink, and I don't want to spend the money on all this ink to fill up the printer, just to print like a couple of things. And then I was like, well, I have one literally in my email. It just needs a little bit of tweaking. So like technically it should only take me like 20 minutes, but I don't know how to like get the thing from my email to his document and then to figure out how to print it from this printing store. Like I was trying to do the other day and I just couldn't figure it out. And I feel like I'm still not going to be able to, and I'm just going to hit this wall again. And the library is always like, well, we shouldn't even be letting you use the library without a library card. I lost my ID. I don't even have my ID. And it's just a bunch of stupid stuff that really irritates me, like really irritates me to the core. I just hate it too because it just like feels like it's just become way more difficult than it needs to be, and that really pisses me off too. Like, and I also know it's like this shouldn't even be that difficult at all, and it's so much more difficult than it needs to be. It's so unnecessarily difficult. And for what? So I can show up at these restaurants and the manager may or may not look at it for 5 fucking seconds? I don't even know if they're hiring. They're literally gonna look at it for 2 seconds and then just toss it to the side. Like, it's hard to care about something that, like, isn't even super valued. And I don't think it needs to be really valued either in a way. It's just like, well, yeah, why should I have to fucking... Well, you'll know whether or not I'm a good server. You just put me in there and you'll find out. Like, the fuck? But then I'm like, okay, I don't even know if they're hiring or not, so my only chance is like a nice gleaming resume, at least to get their attention. But it's just all so trivial to me. And it's like a 5-minute drive, but I don't have a car, so it's either an annoying train process to go one stop, or an hour almost walk. Once again, so much more difficult than it needs to be. And I don't really know if I'd like any of them either. Because this area is just full of a lot of rich snobs, and sure, it can be good for making money, but they're not fun to serve. So then I just feel like I'm in a giant trap. Just a giant prisoner. It smells like skunk. Don't know where the skunk came from, but gross. I literally microwaved this coffee and it's back to lukewarm. It's funny too, because this one tarot reading, like, that's just what he kept saying. He's like, you have like this lukewarm water issue. And it's like, who wants lukewarm? You don't want lukewarm. You want cold, super cold or super hot. None of this lukewarm shit. Lukewarm coffee, gross. I'm drinking it anyway because I just do not give a fuck about anything anymore. But that tarot guy is right. I need to get out of this energy. Like, I need to turn up the heat or turn it down. I need cold or hot or something. This lukewarm shit. And then he always does this surprise card. And it was the Five of Cups. Which is like this sad shadow looking guy. Just kind of like looking down at the ground. And it's all like disappointment. And he's like, this is good though. Because at least you're feeling something. And I was like, well, that sucks. So I just need to feel more disappointment? Oh, great. And it's not like I don't feel sad. I feel plenty sad all the time. Do I really need to feel it more? But in a way, I feel like I do, because even the sadness feels lukewarm. It does. It kind of feels like, what am I even crying about anymore? And the answer is, I don't know. Has anybody I known died recently? No. Have I gone through a breakup recently? No. In a way. In a way, I guess. I did kind of recently, like, turn down 2 guys that I almost totally just started dating. And that was disappointing. And I feel bad. I feel bad about that stuff all the time, yeah. But they weren't right. And I'm proud of myself from walking away from all this stuff, but it sucks to just keep walking away from everything. The job, too, it's just like I just keep walking away from everything because it's not for me, but then there's just nothing for me. And I've been praying for I want to say boyfriend, because I mean, I kind of want it to be a boy, yeah. But, I mean, I'm pretty open and fluid enough. I'm like, it could be anyway. I've had some really great, not like girlfriends, like romantic, but like friends that were girls that I just love. To the point where, like, it could be anybody as long as, like, I get some spark back. And they're fun, and they're cool, and but I do feel like I need, like, love in my life. I don't know, something to get my spark back. And I feel like it's always been people, because I'm a people person. And it sucks because it's like, well, I'm not good at caring about me, but if somebody else did, then maybe I could. And I know that's a really toxic way of thinking, but it is what it is. Oh my god, I look so crappy in this light. This weather's sucky too. It's like humid, it's hot, it's cold, it's... This is my old work shirt too. Sorry, I keep having to blow my nose, and I'm not gonna make you listen to that. Yeah, old work shirt. I remember being so sick of wearing this shirt because I was just working all the time, so like this was all I wore was this shirt. And at first I was really excited about these work shirts because I really like wearing red, you know, I'm an Aries, it's like the Aries color. And I just feel more powerful or whatever when I wear it, so I like it. And it's, since I was a little kid, that was always my favorite color. It's definitely morphed into like purple, and green has been getting up there lately. But yeah, so I liked it, and then I was sick of it, and now I'm just kind of looking at it like, oh, I'm like, My clothes are also an issue, because like the jacket I was just wearing, that's from a friend that I don't talk to anymore, and that's a big thing, is a lot of my clothes are from people that I don't talk to anymore. So that's always sad. These pants I got from someone that I didn't really talk to a whole lot anyway. They just gave them to me. I had a thought recently where I was like, what if I dyed these ends red, like a dark red, so it'd be like kind of like a dark rose tips, and I thought that would be kind of cool, but I don't know. It's not like I don't like this too. I still like my old blonde, but thought it'd be cool to change it up maybe. Because they say, you know, when you're in a funk, just change up your look. But I don't know, I did that enough to know that that's not the be-all end-all cure, so I'm kind of over that vibe. And I've been trying to, like, get more in touch with, like, my natural vibes. So I really like my natural hair. But sometimes I'm like, it'd be cool to just, like, take on a whole new identity with totally different hair. So I debate that a lot. And then I was like, well, if I just do the tips, then I can still keep this natural spot. But then I was like, I don't know, it might be harder to find, like, a nice, classy job with red ends instead of this. I don't know. And then I just get attached to things and, like, can't change. But then crave change. I feel like at this point I'm totally just procrastinating doing the things I need to do by doing this video. But also these videos are just like that one little thing that I have right now that I feel like, okay, I'm doing something. I got my vlog thing, and that's my thing now, and I'm doing that. I got a vlog. But it's lame. Like the other people that I like that do vlogs. Well, I just saw one from Lizzie McAlpine. I'm just like, well, she's a musician. But she just put out this one where she's not really doing anything. But I loved that. Because it just felt more down to earth or whatever. Like more relatable. Like, oh look, even famous musicians that go on tour, like, even they just feel kind of fuddy-duddy sometimes. And that really helped me. I think that's part of why I'm actually doing this, is because I just watched hers yesterday, and she was kind of like, oh. I was like, oh, if they can feel that way, so can you, and it's okay. But it's like, but at least they are gonna go on tour and do things, and this is just my whole life. I almost was motivated to go hide in my cousin's car and try and do music stuff. Because, like, I feel like, oh, I want to do music, but I don't want anybody to hear me. So I need to be somewhere where no one can hear me. And cool people with money have studios, like little recording studios. I don't even have money for a bedroom. But my cousin has a car, and I can just hide in his car. And that's been my whole new idea, is to hide in his car. And I almost did that last night, but I was so tired that I just didn't. But I almost wanted to. So maybe I'll do that tonight. Who knows? Oh my God, sun. It's there. I see. The sun really does make me sneeze, I swear to God. Jeez. I've just been having, I can't tell if I'm sick or if it's just really bad allergies, because this is bad allergy, like, season right now. I mean, it's literally like little flowery things falling from the sky right now. And it's been like rainy and I don't know. Oh, I think I look better with my head tilted. Which is cool, because when I was a kid, I used to pose like this all the time. My dad and mom would make fun of me, like, Elsa, every time you pose, you always go like this. Like, I would always tilt my head. Okay, it's not always the best angle, but in certain angles, it's good. I feel like I'm gonna wrap this up, because there's other topics I wrote down to talk about, but this is already an hour long, so this is like where I'm gonna end it. The leaves are back on the trees, which is crazy because it just feels like yesterday they were completely empty. So it is kind of crazy how all of a sudden it's just like boom, leaves. They have like no leaves, and then you blink and then they're just full of leaves. And it's like, where did they all come from? Where was the progression? It was just kind of like blink, boom, green. And it's crazy. It's been like, I came here tail end of summer, and then we went into fall, winter, and now we're back into spring, coming in on summer again. And I love all the birds you hear here. Where I was, you didn't hear as many birds like that. Not nearly as many bird sounds. So I like hearing all the birds. Hopefully you can hear them. Maybe. So, yeah, that's my video for today. We'll see if I even upload it, because I have like 5 that I still haven't uploaded. Because, I don't know, it's just haven't been motivated at all. I hope everybody's hanging in there. Free Palestine. And prayers to the victims of October 7th and their families. Just lots of sad on sad on sad. Not a lot of light at the end of the tunnel in sight yet, but you know, people camping out. I've thought about that too, and I'm like, I don't even know, I gotta find a job, I don't have time to go be a hippie that's petitioning. Okay, I could go on and on. But, you know, let's just all hang in there, and things will get better, because they do. They do get better. I've been here before, and it gets better. It gets better. Honestly, just the fact that the sun is out right now, I literally already feel like so much better. Like, I feel degrees, so many degrees better. So, yeah. Gonna freeze again. Peace, love, all that. Patience. Patience and faith, you know, they're pretty intertwined. Sometimes you just have to believe in the waiting. Because that's what faith's all about. Faith is believing without seeing. And that's kind of what waiting is, you know. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's just dark. You don't see the way out. You don't see the answers. You don't see the thing to believe in. But you have to believe that it will come. And that's the waiting. So faith is patience. And so is love. Thinking of that. Love is patient. Love is kind. I'm not a super religious person, but I'm trying to be more spiritual. Because I need to be. But I believe in it too. I do. It's those things that have gotten me by, for sure. So, be patient. Breathe. Faith. It'll get better. Even when you don't see it. You're not supposed to have all the answers all the time. You know? I'm not supposed to have the whole roadmap to my life in front of my eyes. As cool as that would be, it wouldn't be cool. So, yeah. What's that saying? I guess I was saying it wrong, but I just heard it again. It was like, Nam Yoho Rengekyo. Nam Yoho Rengekyo. I don't know how you actually say it, but it's like that. And Namaste. Aloha. Now I'm quoting Kaipacha, this one tarot guy, but astrology guy. Anyway. Yeah. All you need is love. Hang in there. I don't know why I like the thumbs up so much. It's so corny, but I'm like, this is like, I'm trying. The cat is not here right now. Sorry, she's napping.